Your 8-year-old dog is acting like he's 15. You are seeing chronic inflammation. It's the secret engine that speeds up his biological clock. But science can slow this down. It's time to rewrite the senior diet. You know our dogs give us their absolute best years, so it's only right that we do everything we can to make their golden years just as amazing. Today we're going to dive into the science behind nutrition for senior dogs so you can help boost their health, their longevity, and most importantly, their quality of life. Let's get right into it. So first things first, when does a dog actually become a senior? It's a great question, and it's one every single dog owner asks eventually. And well, the answer isn't quite as straightforward as you might think, and here's why. A dog's senior years depend almost entirely on their size. For smaller and medium-sized breeds, we're talking about hitting that senior stage around the 10-year mark. But for the big guys, the large and giant breeds, it can start as early as 5 years old. It's a huge difference, right? So old age in the dog world is definitely not a one-size-fits-all thing. But before we dive into his health blueprint, hold on for a second. If you value the science that gives years of healthy life back to your companion, hit that subscribe button right now. Together, we fight for longevity, armed with the latest knowledge. Okay, so here's our game plan. First we'll look at the new challenges that come with those golden years. Then we'll uncover some of the hidden enemies of aging. After that, we'll talk about the ideal diet, look at some foods with superpowers, and wrap it all up with the one golden rule you absolutely need to follow. Let's jump right into those new challenges. To really get why a senior dog's diet needs to change so much, we have to start by looking at what's going on under the hood, those hidden enemies of aging and the physical changes happening inside their bodies. The first big one is chronic inflammation. Now this isn't like a sprain or a cut. Think of it more like a low-grade alarm that's just always on in the background. This is what leads to a lot of those common senior issues like stiff joints from arthritis or itchy skin dermatitis. It's a huge driver of discomfort as they get older. Next is something we can probably all relate to, a tendency to gain weight. Just like us, as dogs get older, their metabolism slows way down. They're usually not as active as they used to be, but their appetite, it doesn't always get the memo. This combo makes it super easy for them to pack on the pounds, which puts a ton of stress on their heart and joints. And at the very same time, senior dogs naturally start to lose muscle mass. It's a process called sarcopenia. This is a really big deal because it directly affects their strength, their balance, their ability to just get around. Keeping that muscle is absolutely crucial to helping them stay active and independent for as long as possible. Now check this out because this is a really fascinating piece of research when it comes to managing weight in dogs. It turns out that calorie restriction, what's in their food bowl is actually more effective than just trying to increase their physical activity. Now, exercise is still vital for a million other reasons, of course, but their diet is without a doubt the most powerful tool you have for weight control. Okay, so we've met the enemies: inflammation, obesity, and muscle loss. So what's the plan of attack? Let's build the blueprint for the perfect senior dog diet. The perfect senior diet really comes down to 5 key things. First, high-quality protein to fight off that muscle loss. Second, fewer calories to match that slower metabolism and keep obesity at bay. Third, you need omega-3 fatty acids. They're amazing for brain health and for cooling down inflammation in their joints. Fourth, a good amount of fiber to keep their digestive system happy. And finally, antioxidants, which fight aging at the very source, the cellular level. Okay, so we've got the blueprint. Let's move on to the fun part. What are some actual real-world ingredients you can look for that act like superfoods for your older dog? And would you look at this? Nature gives us an amazing toolkit. Fruits like blueberries are loaded with those antioxidants. We were just talking about veggies like spinach are total vitamin powerhouses. And you know what? Don't sleep on spices. A little bit of turmeric is fantastic for its anti-inflammatory properties. And something like rosemary can actually help spark their appetite if it's starting to fade. Okay, I've said the word antioxidants a few times, so let's quickly break down what they actually do. The easiest way to think about them is as tiny bodyguards for your dog's cells. As they age, damaging molecules called free radicals start causing chaos. Well, antioxidants are the good guys that come in and neutralize them, protecting everything from cells to DNA from the wear and tear of aging. And a really fantastic example of a powerful antioxidant is something called trans resveratrol. Research has shown that this stuff is a true powerhouse for pets. It can reduce inflammation and give it targeted support for their brain, their heart, and their metabolism. It's a perfect example of a single ingredient that really promotes healthy aging. You've got all this great information and you're probably eager to make some changes. But hold on for a sec. How you make those changes is every bit as important as what you change. And that brings us to our final and maybe most critical section, the golden rule. How do we put all this into practice without causing any trouble? There are 4 steps, and trust me, they are non-negotiable. First, and this is always number 1, talk to your vet. They know your dog and can give you tailored advice. Second, go slow. You want to introduce new food gradually over several days to avoid any tummy upset. Third, just watch your dog. Pay attention to how they're feeling. And last but not least, control those portions. Even the best food in the world won't work if you're not feeding the right amount. And that pretty much wraps it up. We've gone over the challenges of aging, the kind of diet that can help fight back, and exactly how to make those changes safely. Remember, the goal isn't just to keep them around longer. It's about maximizing their quality of life by being proactive and using food as a tool. But here's the critical link. Your dog's longevity journey starts with the bag of food on the shelf. Do you really know how to decipher those complex commercial labels? What's the real difference between a high-end senior kibble and a therapeutic one? Next Friday, our video will be your ultimate guide, the AAFCO and DCM guide to choosing the right dog food. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss it. Your best friend deserves the truth in their bowl.